Welcome to another episode of the best cheesesteaks of Philadelphia. The best cheesesteaks in Philly. Showing the best places, man. They got the best cheesesteaks. Right now we're going to 60th and Lansdowne. My favorite spot that I go to all the time to get the double. You gotta get a double. Everybody got their favorite Dominican spot. Dominican store, the papi store, where they get their platters, cheesesteak platters and chicken finger platters and all that good stuff. Today we at 60th and Lansdowne, Two Brothers Mini Market. And I'm gonna show you how we do it, how I do it when I go there. You know what I mean? A lot of times, man, you don't know if they bread fresh or not. That's the only downside. They get their bread out of the freezer. Try to cover up the fact sometimes it be stale. So, you know, you gotta be lucky if you get in a fresh roll sometimes. That's the only thing, but Jones be popping, man. We about to get it in. How I order it all the time. Mayo, fried onions. You know what I mean? I even like get ketchup, fucking mustard on my joint, pickles. Sometimes they get hot and sweets too. Yeah, I get it in. Real good on them cheesesteak joints. But the basics in Philly is mayo, fried onions, and ketchup. When you're on these joints, you definitely gotta get the double meat. You gotta get the double meat, man. Well, for me anyway, I'm a hog beef, so I definitely gotta get the double meat on my steak. Out here this 90-degree summer day, enjoying this weather, man. Enjoying life. Coming from 60th and Lansdowne, the papi store. Getting one of the cheesesteaks, the double joints that I usually get. Representing the Sixers. My Sixer gear on. Sixer jersey. The Big Den premium hats. Representing the year 83 when they won a championship. Rocking the Moses Malone jersey. Yeah, I mean, you know how we do. All day, every day in Philly, man. About to open this present right here. See that the dude, see that my papi at the store give me any justice with this cheesesteak. He normally do. He normally don't disappoint. But I always get a double, man. There don't be enough meat on it when you get the single joint. Only the fatty people, only the greedy people, the hog beasts know about that. But anyway, let's open this thing up, man. And reveal this thing to the world on this episode of the best Philly cheesesteaks. You always wrap it up pretty good. And I get everything on my jaw, man. I don't be fucking around. I get motherfucking pickles, sweet peppers. Yeah, I mean. But yeah, the jaw looks pretty proper. Pretty proper. Double meat cheesesteak from the papi store. The hidden gem. You know what I'm saying? On papi stores be the hidden gems of Philly, man. I go take one of these over one of them steak places any day. For real. Well, I mean, you gotta know the steak places. You know, man, you gotta know which ones do justice. And around here, West Philly, where I live at, I go to Paps a lot. That's another place I might fuck around and do an episode on Paps. But right now, as you can see, pretty decent right here. From the papi store, double meat with pickles, sweet peppers, and hots. And mayo. Always throw the provolone cheese on too. I ain't eat all fucking day, so I'm about to devour this joint like I always do. Alright, let's speak facts for 1 minute right now. When we go to a pizza spot, we expect our rolls to be fresh when we order our hoagies and cheesesteaks. Why wouldn't we? You know what I'm saying? But when you're dealing with the corner stores and the papi joints, you won't get what you pay for. And we know that. You know what I'm saying? That's why we take that 50-50 chance of, getting a roll out the freezer. We know it's coming from the freezer. We know that roll might have been in there for a day or maybe 2 days. You know what I'm saying? But that's why we spend that little half of what we would normally spend at a pizza spot. I remember when cheesesteaks in the hood used to be like $2.50. Then they went up to like $3.50. Now no motherfuckers like $5 and you get a platter. Wow. Like me, I got the double steak today. With the double meat. Shit came to 10 fucking bucks, folks. Imagine if I would have got that at a pizza spot. That joint probably would have been like 20 bucks with the tax, you know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But on a scale of 1 to 10, I get that papi store like a 7.5. You know. Sitting here in my room, about to devour this fucking steak from the papi store, 60th and Lansdowne. If you're in that area, man, go and check your dude out in that joint. Dark-skinned brother who looked like my Uncle Terry a little bit. Dominican version of my Uncle Terry on my mom's side. But anyway, he always do me justice. I'm about to eat this joint right now. Share with the world. Let y'all know that he did his thing again this time. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to give everybody the brief history on the papi store cheesesteaks. Let's get it in. Good, man. Real good. Seasoned nicely. The bread, super soft. You can tell it ain't stale. The only thing about the papis, what they do, which a lot of people may not know, shatters with the world, is that they put their fucking rolls inside the freezer, which I don't like. They do that to preserve them, to keep them fresh as long as possible. So they got stale rolls. That's like covering it up right there. That's a little inside secret that they do to try to cover up their stale rolls. But this roll, pretty fresh. Oh, I'm just hungry. Might be the combination of both of them. I usually get French fries with it, but it's got some chips. I'm gonna eat on these. So I can give you a little brief history about the cheesesteaks in the papi stores. First of all, I like to let people know why we get mayo on our steaks. It's a Philly thing. You know what I mean? It's definitely a Philly thing. Personally, I don't like no dry ass steak. I don't know who would want a dry ass steak, but that's why you put mayo on it. Some people like extra mayo. Keep the roll nice and moist, man, while you bite into that meat with the cheese and everything. That's all about keeping the sandwich moist. Worst thing in the world is a dry ass sandwich. You gotta fucking eat that joint. You know what I'm saying? With a fucking beverage right behind it, a drink. If you want to drink more beer or drink more water or drink more juice or whatever, the shit's so goddamn dry. But like I said, the mayo keeps it nice and moist. and everything, get that moisture with the bread and everything. So y'all want them dry ass steaks from whatever y'all from, keep eating them dry ass steaks. But in Philly, we don't do that dry ass shit. You know what I mean? We do our shit right. Some people don't like mayo. Personal, personal thing. Personal reason. So if you don't like mayo, that's your preference. But you get a dab or whatever. That's how we do here in Philly. But let me eat this first half of the steak, man. Then I'm going to give everybody a little brief history, like I was saying. This joint is on point. My man did me right today. I've been going to this dude for a while now. I've had like 10 years. Everybody got their stores that they prefer. Everybody cook different. That's the thing. Everybody cook differently. Some people might be a little bit more meat. Some people may season it a little bit more better. Some people might not chop it up all the way. But this dude in 60th from fucking medium. 60th from Lansdowne. That motherfucker's a chopping master. The motherfucker get that one strip, chop that motherfucker up so fine. I'll be cracking the fuck up when I see the boy with the one strip, cutting that shit up like. I'd be like, God damn, he be like 2 minutes on that motherfucker, like, I'm like, what the fuck you doing with that little bit of meat? Chopping that shit up like that. No, throw an extra slab on there. Ever since then, I get the double. Fucking call me what you want. The hog, beast, greedy, whatever. I gotta get the double, and I keep saying that. But yeah, man. Yeah. That shit works for me. Usually I get the platter. When I get the platter, I get the motherfucking chips on the side. And we eating too much fucking fries and starch anyway these past couple days. So I had to get a little break from the fries. Fries is my motherfucking enemy. You hear me? Enemy, folks. The chips too. Shouldn't be eating the motherfucking chips right here. Them motherfuckers my enemy too. Everybody got their poison. Everybody got that addiction, man. Throwing super good. Pickles I got with it. Or I get extra pickles sometimes too. Like I said, the boy chop his meat up real good. Season it real good. The roll be fresh most of the time. Worst thing of all, man, is a hoagie cheesesteak with a stale roll. Don't care how good the meat is, how good everything else is. The roll is what makes the sandwich. I'm almost done this first half. Damn, it's on good. That motherfucker. Yo. Had to lick the fingers. Oh, I'm sorry for teasing y'all folks out there. If you're in the West Philly area, 60th and Lansdowne, if you close by, check out the corner store I was just telling you about. Got like the bird, the eagle's bird on the outside of the mural of the bird on the side of the wall. That's the spot. I always get that. Or the double cheeseburger joint with the turkey bacon, lettuce and tomatoes, pickles. That joint be husky as well. That's another joint y'all gotta treat yourself to once in a while, man. Life is too short. You gotta treat yourself. For real. You gotta treat yourself, you know what I mean? Take a little brief break, probably this second half. Let me get my drink right here. Usually when I get a double, when I get fries, I try to take my time with that joint. I try not to gog it down like the real hog beast that I am. So try not to be a super hog beast. I eat half. Save that joint for like later on. Never save it for the next day. Fuck that shit. But I save it for later on. Give time for the food to digest and enjoy the goodness that I just engaged in. I would say like a 2-hour span. I enjoy that happiness, you know, my guilty pleasure. Again, you know what I'm saying? Straight from Philly, DC, the mad lyrical hog beast. Man, now let's talk about these Dominican stores, man. A little brief history, how they came about. I would say close to like, I would say 15, 20 years ago, man. A lot of these stores was taken over by the Dominicans, people that came over here with their businesses and opened these stores. Before they was the stores they are now, they was ran by a lot of Chinese and Korean people. And these Chinese and Korean people used to have their little corner stores, and they sold their little everything that you would need in the stores. And every time you wanted to get something, couldn't get to the market, whatever, you would go there. They sold their hoagies and cheesesteaks as well. Most of the time, they had somebody from the neighborhood working in there. Neighborhood dude. Most of the time, would be a dude. Never really see no females making the food or whatever. But you'll see the dude from the hood. He be in the back making the cheesesteaks up, making the hoagies, making the breakfast platters, and everything like that. What happened was, neighborhoods started getting hectic, man, throughout the years. A lot of robberies and a lot of the stores getting stuck up, you know, getting robbed, and violence was crazy. A lot of them was getting murdered and killed, man. So they started putting up glass shields on the front counters. They even got them. That's why they got them in the Chinese stores right now. When you go into like a lot of Korean stores and the Chinese stores, they got the glass up, you know, because they was getting robbed like crazy. Even though you could put your gun in there and still shoot, but it's harder for the person to aim and everything like that. So anyway, when these stores was getting taken over with the violence and everything, the Koreans and the Chinese people, they was fed up, and they decided to give their businesses up, and then they just stuck to the other businesses they got, because they got plenty more. So they went towards keeping their Chinese stores and they nail places and the little dollar stores and they laundry mats and everything like that, because most of the businesses that, you know, they have in the hood is still relevant and still flourishing anyway. Corner stores, they gave them up to a lot of the Dominicans that came over here, and they opened up literally in the hood, North Philly, West Philly, parts of Germantown, Kensington, all throughout the hood, man. Dominican store on almost each corner. Where I live at, 60th and Media, Lansdale area, there's literally, folks, and I'm not joking about this,
people that live around here will know exactly what I'm talking about. A fucking papi store on every corner. Papi store, Chinese store. Papi store, Chinese store. Across the street. And they're all in a block radius of each other. Sometimes we wondering like how could they all make money if they all crowded around each other like that. That proves there's enough money for everybody out here. But getting to the cheesesteaks, this was this episode is about. Sorry to drag it out that long. A lot of the poppies, when they start opening up, they studied us. Like all the people that come over here and open up, they've been to study us. They learn what we like, and they pack these stores with all this stuff, man. I'm talking about the t-shirts, the wife beaters, the socks, everything that they know that we be needing on a humbug, on that rush tip. Oh man, like today, my wife make me spaghetti. You know, we ain't really had no spaghetti. We had the thin joint, but we only had a half a box. And when I got the cheesesteak, brought some spaghetti because she was making the sauce and everything like that. So, you know, that's what you go there for, the little stuff you can't get to the market. They're higher than the market, though. That's the downside. But for some reason, they make money. And then, you know, they start making they fucking steaks, their hoagies, and their sandwiches. And giving the little specials and everything with their deals. When they first started opening up years ago, I remember they used to give you, they don't do it now where the price of living is way different. They used to give you a free soda with the platter. Platters was much cheaper back then. It was like $3.50, $4.50 with a free soda. Then, you know, times changed, soda tax went up, blah, 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 and all that stuff. So they're not even doing that no more. Even the Crown Chicken places used to have the little cheap deals. You get the burger, fries, soda. That's not around no more. So a little brief history, putting people down with some brief history. You know, my kids might be old enough to remember that. They might be. Because when they was around, you know, and when them deals was going on, and then they slowly started seeing it diminish away. And I know another thing they used to do is give you a whole bunch of fucking French fries, man. When they first started having them platters back in, when they first came in our hood, even now they still give you a lot of fries, but nothing like back in the day. Like when they first came in our neighborhoods and they started to realize the price of living, how to stretch that shit out, because they had to learn that. They used to give you like a fucking half a bag of fries, man. And it was enough for share with like your whole family and shit. You know what I'm saying? Now they still give you, go to the right stores, they still give you a nice amount of French fries. You know, but nothing like before. And you have to know, you know what I'm saying, the different spots that do you justice. Because there's some of them that don't do you justice, man. They give you the thin meat, roll be dry and stale. They don't season it good enough. They don't chop it up good enough. Or some places, man, they want to charge you arm and a leg. Don't give you enough French fries with your joint. Or some places the fries don't be cooked all the way. Because they take the fries out the freezer just like they take the steaks out the freezer. And sometimes they be so fast and try to make it so fast. You know, the French fries be like freezer burnt, and they cook them real fast in that grease, and they don't be done all the way, man. They be like half done and shit. Then sometimes you tell them you want them well done. Sometimes they cook them too hard. So it's hard to find that perfect balance sometimes. Some of them can't speak no good English. I remember I went to one joint. I asked for home fries. They didn't even know what home fries was. I tried to explain it to them. I was like, never mind. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta find, you know, the place I go to, real good English spot. It's crazy how you see them keep rotating. They all rotate. Like you'll see one dude one week, then another dude another week. The place I get my hoagies from, they a young poppy store. Like everybody in there is young. Like they all like in their early 20s, man. Some of them like in their teens. I be seeing like a different face every week in that joint. You know what I'm saying? The older dudes like they always be home back in their countries, on vacation all the time. But the dude I go to, he always there, man. The one like my Uncle Terry, that motherfucker don't never be like he take like maybe 2 vacations in 1 year. I mean, which is good, you know what I'm saying? You know, you get like 2 vacations in 1 year. But it seems like he always there, man. I would say I only see him off like 1 time throughout the year. You know, I might be wrong, but I'm just a person that's observative. And he do his thing in that joint on a chop tip. And all of them in there pretty good, but he that dude that really get it in on them steaks for me. And I'm about to devour this part 2 of my joint right here, because I ain't had nothing to eat all day with these chips. And like I said, find that right Papi store. You know what I'm saying? But this is the one I go to, 60th and Lansdowne. Real good cheesesteak. Sometimes I go on my greedy joint. Another secret to get more meat of your sandwich is just scoop the roll. That's some fat man secret tip right there that I got taught maybe 20 years ago. Fat ball. You know what I'm saying? All respects to you, Mike, if you watching this video, man. If you ever get a chance to see this video. Big fella, let's put it this way. I ain't body shaming nobody. I ain't no spring chicken myself. My big fella from back years ago, name was Mike. He always used to tell me, man, when you get a hoagie, scoop your roll. I took his advice. I don't scoop it as much as I used to, but when he used to tell me back then, I was doing it, then I stopped, and I do it once in a while again. That's just to get that bread out of there, man. That assets bread that be in them Kaza rolls and them Omarosa rolls. You know, they be having a lot of bread inside, man. So that's the secret of getting more of your sandwich when you're getting a cheesesteak or a hoagie. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to get back to scooping my roll, so you're going to hear me saying that in these new episodes of the best Philly cheesesteaks. The best cheesesteaks in Philly. When I say scoop that roll, I'ma scoop that roll. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. But peace, man. I'm gonna enjoy this second half of this joint. I ain't gonna bother you with eating the second half. You watching me chew on my cow joint. You know what I'm saying? Talking about how good it is. But check that joint out if you're in the Philly area.
Now, my Hispanic friends, I got another pet peeve. My number 2, besides the rolls that you put in the freezer. Try to preserve the rolls and make them stay fresh for a long time. You know, everybody got their little slick shit they do. But please, stop putting up them fake menus, man. Stop putting up that false advertisement of the cheeseburger platters, the cheesesteak platters. Knowing y'all Googled that shit and that's not y'all fucking burgers and steaks. Y'all went online and got some random picture. Post up the real shit, man. You know what I mean? Y'all need to stop that false advertisement shit. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, folks. After eating that fucking steak, man, I wound up getting a fucking itis. A lot of people out there don't know what the itis is. Especially a lot of my white audience that's watching this right now. You ain't from the hood. If you don't know what the itis is, no, you probably like, darling, he's saying he got the itis when eating one of those Philly cheesesteaks. What's the itis, darling? The itis is when you eat a large meal and you go to sleep right after you get finished eating that joint. Has nothing to do with race or anything like that. Just a term and a slang that we came up with for that joint. You learn something new every day.